If you're a resident of the Florida Keys and you've seen paddleboarders paddling around the bay or the ocean or in the canals, you might have thought, hey, that looks like a lot of fun, but I don't want to invest the money into a paddleboard without knowing that I really like to do it. Or I don't want to rent a paddleboard and paddle around with some tourists from Michigan or Ohio or something like that. Well, I'm Rebecca in the Keys with Florida Keys Television, TV 88, and KeysVideos.com, and I'm at Paddle the Florida Keys, where today we are going to go on a free locals paddle that they have every Wednesday afternoon. Come on, let's go. I'm here with Scott Bass, who is the owner of Paddle the Florida Keys. Scott, tell us about your business.
Well, we've been down here on Tavernier Creek for 5 years. We opened up a couple years before that, but we weren't on the water then. So as they were getting this ready, I was really excited about the property getting renovated and everything. And we just really like being down here. You know, we've got the paddle boards and kayaks that we rent out right out the back door.
Right.
We're really lucky. A lot of people that are in my business have to drop stuff off in one place and pick it up in another, or they have to take people, or they have to take gear. We're really lucky that you come in the front door and you go out the back, and then you come back in the back door and you go out the front and you're gone, and our gear is back.
Right, and you can go right there in the canal, which is very, very close to Tavernier Creek, and you can go out into the ocean, or you can go into the Florida Bay. What about your skateboards? I see skateboards around.
Well, we do a lot. We sell a lot of skateboards. I used to be a big skateboarder. The last few years, I've kind of stopped skating so much. I got tired of falling down. You know, as you get older, you don't your reflexes slow down a little bit. So.
I don't think you're ever going to get old, Scott. Never.
Well, but I'm getting slow, so you know, have to be careful.
Okay, so we are here today for the Wednesday Locals Paddle. Tell us about that.
Well, in a few minutes here, any minute now, they're going to start showing up, and we have we usually get anywhere from 20 to 30 people, and it's a free night for locals to come paddling. We meet at 6 o'clock every Wednesday and go out into the creek. And then, depending on what the weather's doing, we either go out to the ocean or we go up into the creek. And usually, we don't go into the little side trail. Sometimes we make it as far as the bay, actually, when it's a guided group thing, and it's people that are wanting to go a little bit further. But mostly, we just go. It's like a social hour, and so it's really just fun. A lot of people come every single week. We do a food drive, so we have a couple of boxes back behind you there, and a big wash tub that we fill up with food. And we've provided about 2,000 pounds worth of food so far in the last couple of months.
Meaty or?
So, yeah, well, it goes to Maria Hope and Prosperity. She comes by and picks it up, which makes it really nice for us. And then she actually takes it to people who can't get out. So some of the food banks are great here for people who can get there, but there are people who are not mobile who can't get to the food bank, so she actually delivers it to their house.
Well, so if somebody wanted to come and who has never been on the Wednesday Locals Paddle, what would they need to do?
Just call us ahead of time, let us know you're coming, and then bring some food. And usually people bring more than just one can, so if that's all you can afford, that's great. But like last week, some people were bringing like whole trays of cans, like a whole package of cans. And so that's kind of what we're looking for, is people to really give generously, because usually it's like $35 or so to go paddling. So we're looking for a little bit of a return on that as a donation. And then it's perfectly fine if you've never paddleboarded before or never kayaked, because we'll give you a lesson and we'll help you get started and show you the ropes.
All right, great. All right, I want to know about your adventures. I follow your adventures, and tell me about some of the most exciting trips that you've been on the paddleboard.
Well, I'm really most excited about it. It's kind of funny. People are always saying, "Oh, you should write these down." Or, I'm always most excited about the one that's coming up. So I want to talk about that one first, because in less than a month, I'm headed to Canada. It's the longest canoe race in the world, and they only allowed 6 paddleboarders to enter. And it's 1,000 miles, and we'll start on July 22nd, and it's on the Yukon River, which is the third longest river in North America. So I've already paddled on the Missouri. I haven't paddled the Mississippi, which is the second longest. Missouri's longer, I think. It depends on who wins the arm wrestling contest, basically. But the Missouri and the Mississippi are real close to the same length. And then the Yukon is the third longest river. And so we're going to be doing 1,000 miles on the Yukon, which means there's still another 1,000 miles to go before you get to the ocean. We'll be doing the upper Yukon, and I'm really excited about that.
We're not going 1,000 miles today, though, are we?
Not 1,000 miles. No, we're gonna maybe go a mile and a half.
A mile and a half. Okay, that's more my
maybe
speed
two.
right there. All right, thank you so much, Scott, and I am looking forward to our trip tonight.
Great.
All
Me
right,
too.
great. Well, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, so we just got back from an amazing paddle experience at Paddle the Florida Keys. We saw a manatee. Did we see a manatee? Yeah, we saw a manatee and a whole bunch of other life. We went out to a mangrove island right in the ocean right there. Was it easy? Yeah. It was really easy to do. There were all skill levels from very beginner to intermediate to Scott base level. So we had a great time and beyond. So we had a great time there, and you definitely need to check out Locals Night, Wednesday night, 6 o'clock to about 7:30. Rebecca and the Keys signing off for now.